This is me. Before I show you guys the intro, I just wanted to say thank you for the people that continually come back and comment and show me support. It has made such a difference in my life, especially going through times like this where I'm struggling and feel lost and need that encouragement. It absolutely has helped me through so much. The likes, comments, everything, it just feels like I'm finding people that get this. And even if you don't get it, I'm finding people that want to understand it better. Starting a channel about chronic illness is a very, like, you think, who wants to watch that? So I decided, let me show how I try to live with chronic illness, because sometimes it just feels like we're just withering away, and I wanted to show the good and the bad, the trying to live with it, and the part that we have to navigate through when we have flares. And I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for anyone that has subscribed, commented, or liked. It really makes a difference. Hello, welcome to my channel where I navigate chronic illness while trying to live my best life. I hope you're doing okay. I am doing all right. In all honesty, I'm still dealing with my flare. I'm trying to manage the best as possible. I feel like I can get through this as long as I listen to what my body needs and don't overly push myself. I do have things to do this weekend, and it's for my daughter, so I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get there and do it. As you can see, my hair is straggly and not done. And this is just gonna be the raw, authentic, real, what it's like. Right now, I sound upbeat because I took meds. Luckily, they finally are working. They weren't working like yesterday and the day before. It was like just giving me just enough that I was able to function. But yesterday, I didn't record at all. I couldn't even move my back from side to side. I had sharp pains, and my migraine was still trying to make its appearance. And so I just rested in the dark. This is the first time I've had like the lights on in my room, and as soon as I'm done recording, I'm gonna shut them off again. I just tried to do this video with the lights off, and it just looked like not good. I'm really hoping with doing some self-care and taking my time that it allows my body the rest it needs to recover and for me to get some relief. I thought I would come on here when you couldn't really tell that I was in pain, where I could hide it a little better. It doesn't matter how long you go with chronic pain and chronic illness, there's still a part of you that doesn't want to show that side, that vulnerability of being down and weak and the despair you're in. So I still need to find a way to balance that. Right now, I feel comfortable with what I've been doing, and I'll just keep on doing it that way. I am purposely in a dark room. I went yesterday for Saturday activities for my daughter. And after, she really wanted to just go to a store. So I went. I was already starting to fade while we were there. But I thought, I can push myself. I can do this. I'll be fine. And that was probably a very, very, very bad idea. I deteriorated so bad to the point where I almost passed out and scared my husband and my daughter. It's just, sometimes you feel like I just need to push myself. And I've been resting all week and I've been having this flare and I'm like, I'm fine, I can get through this. And I just shouldn't have done it. My body was overheating. I could barely hold myself up. I felt like I was gonna throw up. I started shutting down, which is my POTS symptoms. And I've been dealing with a lot of pain, but I was not dealing with POTS. So the fact that the POTS just started to rear its ugly head like that, just, it surprised me. And then I got home and I was sick all night. There's no other way to put it. I've been weak all night. I am in my dark room. I would love to be able to get up and I want to just help with home chores and around the house, but I can feel my heart racing right now. And all I did was make myself a coffee. I am very much like out of it right now. My hair is a mess. I'm at 90 beats, so that's not too bad for me. 91. Wow, this might sound like I might not sound cohesive in this talk. I kind of feel like I'm breaking everything up. I just wanted to get on here and kind of show what I'm going through right now. I'm hoping with rest today, I can at least get back to feeling not my POTS symptoms as much. But we will see. This I don't know if I'm gonna cut this struggling part out, honestly. Sometimes I leave it in. A lot of times I cut it out. Especially because there's like no sounds. It's just me looking uncomfortable. There's not much I can do right now but to rest and try to take care of myself. And I want to feel better by next weekend because my daughter has a weekly activity. Forgot what that was called. She has a weekly activity, so I need to at least feel better for that. Yesterday was pretty scary. I freaked my husband out, and if you know my husband, he doesn't get freaked out easily, but he was like very scared seeing what was happening to me. And I was trying so hard just to push through it and beyond it and be like, I'm okay. And when you're chronically ill, you hear that a lot, like, just push through it. You're fine. Just push through it. You're gonna have it anyways. No, this wasn't one of those things. It was like, if I kept on pushing, I was gonna end up probably needing an ambulance. It was really, really, really bad. I don't know how I managed to walk out of the store and get myself home. I didn't get myself home. My husband did. But I scared my daughter too. Just to sit there and comfort her mom. I'm supposed to be comforting her when she's sick, and she's rubbing my back and telling me it's okay. And I can tell she's scared because you could visibly see it, but you could feel my body just like clammy, weak. I'm off balance. I can't really function. And no one wants their kid to have to experience them in that state, but that's what it is. So I'm getting nauseous right now, so I'm gonna go, and hopefully this short clip makes sense. I wish I could sit here and say that I'm in a good place. I wish I could say that I'm feeling good, but the truth is that I'm getting through, and I do feel better, but my mental health has definitely declined, and I'm struggling to know what to share, like how much I want to share. It's hard because it's like, who's on here? Who's seeing me right now be vulnerable and open up and talk about things that most people go through on their own or with the closest people to them? And how much is sharing too much of my mental well-being? Because once it's out there, everyone knows what I'm going through, and it's a very scary feeling to be that open and vulnerable with anybody, but I'm just putting it out there in the realm of the universe for anyone to have access to. Although it is very much a release for me, and it does feel good to get my feelings out, it is scary because then everyone knows, or no one knows. I mean, nobody might watch this, but it just feels that way, you know? My mental health has not been very good at all. I've been really, really hard on myself and feeling extremely sad about my condition. I have tried so hard to be okay, and sometimes I just don't have the energy to process anymore, it feels like. I've been going through this for a long time, and you would think I would have a grasp on how to deal with it, but it's just a cycle that happens over and over again of feeling like I can handle this, and then going back to feeling completely lost and alone. And I have my family, but I don't really have friends anymore. They slowly just faded away. And I don't blame them. It hurts, but I don't blame them. I'm not a good friend. I can't be a good friend. And I've always been a super private person. So to combine that with now going through this, it probably feels like I am so distant. It doesn't change that it hurts, but I get it. Like, personally, I feel like I have gone through the trenches for my friends, and I do all I can do for them, to the point where it's like their problems essentially become my problems, and I go through the whole storm with them. Like, I don't leave their side, but my storm never ends. Hi, Kingsley. Hi, Kingly Winley. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie pie. This is one of my babies. This isn't the puppy. This is our older Doberman. You can see the little gray on him. Oh, my sweetie pie. Oh, he's putting his weight on me. Thank you so much. So he's always been really connected to my feelings. He's always been so good at being there for me. It's kind of amazing that I was able to catch that. Come here. Can you come here? Kingly. Thank you, sweetie pie. This dog helped me through the roughest part of me being sick. I got him when I was bad. I mean, I was under 100 pounds bad, and I would have panic attacks where I was hyperventilating, and my husband would get him and he would just plop and lay down. He doesn't even know what he was doing, but the fact that he was so calm and just being there would get me out of it. It was a very scary time. I'll always be thankful for him for that. He came in our lives in the perfect time. My sweet boy. And he grew up with my daughter, basically. We got him when my daughter was he 2.5 or 3? I don't know. I have my dogs. I may not have friends, but I have my dogs. I mean, let me be a little, let me clarify. I have friends. I just don't have those close relationships that I once had, where I could text and call at any time, or we would always hang out or be together, or someone just stops by because they want to hang out with me. I'm not fun. I just sit in my room, and they all have lives and they are out there living them, and they absolutely should be. That's like, I don't blame them. I get it. I have to accept that. I am not in that. I'm in a different category. I'm in a different class. You know, I'm not in the same class as them. And even though it feels sometimes like I got left behind, or the check-ins are minimal, I understand it. It doesn't make it any less harder, but I understand it. And that's part of me going through anxiety and being anxious and sad, is I deal with all of that and learning to accept it again. And there's so much that goes into it, because then it's like you have to accept that your body, it will never be your body. You will always have this like beast, this monster that's trying to take over your body, and it's like you're fighting, they're fighting, you're fighting. Like, who's gonna win? Who's gonna be able to like take over the day? And sometimes it's the beast and it takes over the day, and you're not able to do the things that you need to do or be who you need to be. And sometimes you're able to push through it and take over the beast. And that's why we call it a battle, and that's why we're warriors. And I get it. It's just dealing with the mental health of it all it gets exhausting. And you know, it's the holiday time. And the holiday time, you're supposed to be cheery and like, yeah. And that's not always what happens. My mom sent me a beautiful quote. I'll share it right here, or wherever. And it's so true. Like, life's just not sunshine and butterflies all the time. Even though I will constantly fight to find the sun, to find the good. I actually, the shirt, I was able to create that, and it's available for purchase if you click the link below. But that's not what I'm trying to talk about right now. Even though it very much, like, it does mean something to me. I very much live on the philosophy of, like, you can be in a dark place but still try to find the sun, to find the bright spot, to find the good in the bad. The good in the bad, not good and bad. I want us to have a good holiday. I want my kids to feel joy and happiness and fulfillment, and I just hope that I can provide that to them, even though I am very much struggling. Physically, I feel like I am improving, thankfully. My POTS symptoms are very, very not happy, and I don't know what flare this is. I don't know if I'm in a lupus flare, fibro flare, Ehlers Danlos flare. All I know is that I am in a pain flare mixed with POTS symptoms, and I'm trying to balance it. And today, this is where I'm at, again, in a dark room, sitting. I haven't recorded every day because I don't think anyone wants to see just like every day of being in a flare and sitting around and contemplating the meaning of life and coloring. Speaking of coloring, when I come back on to do my last check-in, I'm going to show you coloring. I need to remember. I want to show you guys. I've done a few colorings and I want to share. Oh man. But I think that's all for now. I'm just in my head right now, just lost. I trail off into thinking I hate the feeling of sadness and anxiety. I am very much the type of person that's like, find the resolve. I'm very like a solution based. I always want to find how to make it better. And I think that's one of the hardest things about this too, is like there is no making this better. It's just a constant dealing with it and balancing it and learning how to navigate through all the things you need to do to manage it. Look, I washed my hair. That's a win right there. I feel so good to get a good shower and to clean myself up and have my hair brushed out. So I will take it. This week has been, oh my goodness, just with like being a mom, it's been a lot, but then I'm dealing with a lot of my mental stuff, and just overall, it's been just a week. When you're watching this, I'm supposed to go to a Christmas party tonight with my husband. And I don't know if I'm gonna actually be there. So you'll know next vlog. I'll let you know if I made it or not. I don't want to ruin his time. So it's a very delicate, like, okay, do I go? Do I not go? I want him to have a good time, but I know, like, I would love to be by his side. And some things I just have to miss out on. So I'm hoping I can feel good enough and stay healthy during the duration of the party if I do go. And it's a little nerve-wracking because it's been tough. I mean, last week I really struggled just, what was it, last week? Oh no, it's in this vlog. I struggled just to go to the store and I didn't make it all the way through. And then not only that, but on Saturday we have my daughter's activity again. So I have to try and be good enough for that. And that require, like, both of those things require socializing, which will be draining for me, but I enjoy it. So we'll see how that goes. Like, I am hoping that it just goes smoothly, but I am really, really like, ugh. So that will definitely be an update next vlog, because I have been dealing with this flare and it's not, it seems to be easing, but only if I rest. And if I decide to stop resting, then everything comes back. And it's like, haha, not yet. You thought you were okay enough to do something? Not yet. I still want control. That's how I imagine it in my head. Like, I'm like, I have to, it's its own character. But I did actually finish some coloring. This is the one I'm working on right now. I just started this one the other day. And I did this one completely. I don't know if you can see, those are owls. My husband says it looks psychedelic. And then I did some more. Let me find, I don't know if I shared this, excuse me. I don't know if I shared this one, but I've done this one. And I guess I haven't shared a lot of them now that I think about it. I just kind of went into my own world. I showed you partial this one a couple vlogs ago, and now this is when it's finished. When I showed it to you, it was like halfway done. So that one is completely finished now. And I use those new markers that I showed you a couple vlogs ago, and I really like them. But I think that's it. I mean, oh, I completed this one. I had it like mostly like a lot of it done, and then I ended up completing it. That's it. I don't know what colors. I'm going to continue on with the one that I am doing now. If you have any suggestions, let me know what colors to add here, and I'll show you what I do add. Right now it's like a teal color and a purple. So my boys have really deep voices. My boys have such deep voices. You can hear them so clearly. But yeah, so let me know any colors that you think, and what one's your favorite one that I showed. This is something I truly enjoy. I like I've said, I've had anxiety, and this is just brings me so much peace to do. So I'll continue to do it as long as I can. I love this coloring book. I've shown this one before, but it has a spiral side, and the fact that I can open it like this and then make it go in half and color like that, it makes such a difference. It does. Sometimes they do tear off. Like I have a few torn off right here that I just have attached, but I really, this has really been like such a comfort for me. And if you guys can find one thing to comfort you through going through all of this, I definitely suggest it. Everyone has something different. My husband exercises. I can't do that. My sons listen to music. My dad paints. My mom does crafts. So like everyone has something that is like their soothing thing that brings them peace. And I highly suggest, if you don't know what it is, to just start experimenting and trying to see what will give you that calm that you need if you struggle with mental health or just things like in life feel like chaos. This helps you like slow down, and it's very nice. But I better get going because I have another kid coming into the room, as you saw in the mirror, and now he's staring at me. I hope you guys have a good day or night. Take care.